Hello creators, how are you? I hope, yeah guys, are doing fantastico. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick video on mixing because not everybody wants to watch mixing. So there's some things that you need to have. You need to have your cups, different sizes. It's good to have them, okay? You need to have some stirring sticks, right? This is later for painting, but you might as well grab it, right? In case you want to make some lines or something. And probably want to have some gloves. What point you want to put them on, that's up to you. Did I say you need to have water? You want to have water. Have your coffee and your vape, your phone, whatever, other vices you need, cookies, whatever. Okay, so you're going to need your paints. And I recently bought some paints by Master's Touch. I live right by a Hobby Lobby. And this is a pearlized crystal blue. So it has shimmer, but it's called pearl, so it's not metallic. It's a little bit different. And I want to say, like, if you were doing a Dutch pour, it's like a little bit lighter than a metallic. It's not going to be so heavy. So I love pearlized paints. I bought every single one that they had in this brand, in this series, okay? This one is pearlized violet. Again, very pretty. Has a beautiful shimmer to it. And pearlized dark green. Look at that, just in there. So pretty. So I also bought some other colors, but I'm just gonna go ahead and mix these colors up. I don't mix them up any different really than in any other colors I do. I think I'm going to do a pour. If I was to do a Dutch pour, I'd have to add more water. So if I do change my mind to do a Dutch pour, then I have to add water. Now, I'm also a big fan of Pouring Masters Ready to Paint acrylic paint. You can buy these. I don't know if you can buy them pearlized, but you can definitely buy them in metallics. And they're ready to go. So you just stack your cup by doing, you know, this or whatever. This is like your cup already. Now, if you wanted to do a Dutch pour with them, you might want to thin it up a little bit, but that all depends upon you, okay? All right, so let's get going. So I think I'm going to do a fairly small canvas, so I'm just going to use these little cups for my paints, okay? That's nice. Okay. I'm going to get my Floetrol, shake it up a little bit. You can use a strainer. In fact, I bought one. It's sitting in a unopened Amazon box. And I don't feel like opening it. I have had one heck of a couple weeks, you guys. I guess it's flea season. I have 2 cats and my house got so full of fleas. So I'm not a junkie. Look at that. Those are flea bites, man, all over me, on my legs and my arms. Quite uncomfortable. So I bombed the house yesterday with those flea bombs, and then I've been doing laundry last night and again today, and it's like a non-stop process. So I thought I would take a break and mix up some paints and maybe paint later. It's a beautiful day and I want to get out for a little bit. So I put a little bit of Floetrol in there because when I squeeze my paint out, I wish I had a little thing to measure in. I have a like a tablespoon. I don't know where it is, but whoops. Ooh, that one to come out fast. But I would say, you know, put a tablespoon in there, okay? I've been doing it long enough that I can pretty much just tell if one paint's thinner than the other. You can also do a paint test where you just put them on a piece of paper. Put your, like a dab of paint on paper or like a cardboard paper, and then flip it up. Let it run for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and make sure that they're all running at the same, you know, pace. Because a thicker one won't run as fast, and a really thin one will run faster. And like if they're all within like, you know, a ½ inch of each other or so, I'd say that that's good. So see how it's mixing a little bit lighter than how it looked. So I'll just keep mixing, but you can see the pearl in it. Floetrol can lighten up your colors a little bit, so you'll find that some artists will only mix with water. It's because they really don't want to dilute the color too much. And they've gotten really good at figuring out just how much water to put in there. So you can start to practice with that. It takes a little bit of time. I haven't really done it too much myself because I'm a lefty. That's probably hard for you to see. That coming off. And I don't know if it needs, let me take a look at it. If it needs water or not, but I do think it needs just a little more Floetrol. You can put quite a bit more Floetrol into your paints. Depending upon what kind of paint you're using. But like this paint, you could probably put 4 times the amount of Floetrol in it. At least 3 times the amount. So lighten it up a little more, but still, as you can see, pretty much the same consistency. This is probably a really good consistency for a pour. If I was going to do a Dutch, I would probably thin it just a tiny bit. Okay? So I'm going to do the same thing for the blue. People are going to tell you measurements and things to do, and I've tried them before, and I don't get the results that I thought I would get. So, and if you don't have a scale and they talk about parts, you could use like a tablespoon or a teaspoon or something like that. Until it's hot in here, because these paints are flowing. These paints are flowing. It was 88 degrees here yesterday, you guys. I had no idea. It's been like in the 70s, and it's been like in the really low 60s, maybe 50s in the morning. And it was like, what? 88? Oh my Lord. So, looks like it has a little gray in it. I love gray blue though. I am really into gray blue right now. Gray blue is like one of my favorite colors right now. And I've always liked browns, I've always liked greens, and I've always liked blues. I've always liked color. I've just always liked a lot of color. Probably brown over black. Okay, so let me just take a look. I gotta lean in and take a look. I think maybe I want just a little more Floetrol because I want a little more paint. Just a little more paint. I just want it to go a little further. Let's see, how's that looking? It's looking close to even with my purple. Okay, let's see. I think that will do it. This Floetrol is quite the big container, isn't it? Okay, let's give it a little mixy mix. Just a little mixy mix. I'll do the same thing for my white for my white background or black background, whichever background I choose. It'll be the same amount of paint to medium. I do want to say one thing is really important, that your background paint, you know, the one that you're going to use to help flow your paint around, that definitely has to be the same consistency as your other paints. If it's thicker, and that's what I used to do for a long time, is make my background paint, my base paint, thicker. Where's my other one? Thicker than my pouring paints. So then my pouring paints would like start to stack up and want to roll over each other. And it was just really bad on the, you know, on how I was doing the art. One good thing about wearing gloves is you wouldn't really be able to see my dried out skin. Okay, that's another topic for another day. Okay, and that pretty color, it's so pretty. Okay, I broke that one good. All right. Can you guys see? I hope you guys can see it when I tilt it like that for you. I can't tell. Oh yeah. Oh, I like that green. I don't know if I'm going to use purple. I like the green and the blue. They're beautiful. You know what would be really pretty with these two? Would be a light, like a white gold shimmer maybe, or like a white pearl, or maybe even like a silver. But do we do it on a white background, or do we do it on a black background? That's the question. Or if I can't make up my mind, I just do half and half. Sometimes I do that, half and half. Anyway, I just did this so you guys can see how to do it. It's pretty easy. Just remember, this is a great consistency right here for a pour. Okay, so you see when I pour it down how it kind of mounds up just a little bit. It's going to move around real easy that way. Okay? But just make sure that your white or your black or brown or green or blue or whatever you use also has the same consistency before you flood your canvas, okay? All right, and I would recommend using a big cup for your flood, because that's probably the most paint you're going to use. And then your accents, that's going to make your beautiful design. You don't need to have as much paint. And you can buy little containers to put extra paint in at Blick. We have a Blick. You could probably get them online too, but you could probably find them just about anywhere. It's good to have a few of those around. Have some tapes, you can label it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, which is gonna be something with these colors. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a really wonderful day, rest of your day. Thank you, bye.